oh, they're nerds, oh, they're dorky, and they lift with their chains in their mouth and do all this hooting and hollering, and everybody just gets SPD and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, why are they fucking stronger than you, bro? Huh? Why, like, you're literally trying to bully other adults because you just don't like what they're doing. Take a step back, get your foot out of your own fucking ass, and think for yourself for a second. Like, damn, dude, it's crazy. I'm gonna cuss too much and get this thing flagged if I keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Roger. The Super Bowl of natty powerlifting. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're probably better off. But this is Sheffield 2026. Myself and Bree, we watched this live at 7 a.m. I believe it was British time, 2 in the afternoon. Happened in Sheffield City Hall in the United Kingdom, and there was some incredible powerlifting going on. This is my bread and butter. I miss the sport so much. You might see me on the platform later this year, but get back to me on that one because I got to get through a lot of training blocks out of pain first. But I loved watching this, and even though it is on the tested side of powerlifting, these guys and girls are catching up to the untested side, and I will flat out say the untested side is so gosh darn disorganized that I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see some tested individuals surpassing those on the untested side, surpassing the numbers that are on open powerlifting, and even seeing dudes like Austin Perkins literally solidify themselves as the greatest of all time, whether or not they are on PEDs or otherwise, because this was an incredible competition, and I'm just going to walk through some of the highlights. So let's get into it.
Idols and icons of the sport are now in town, and it has all come down to this. This is it, the final chapter. For the past 3 years, Sheffield City Hall was the home of the biggest performances in powerlifting, where world records get shattered.
This is what it's all about.
With 445,000 pounds on the line, including payouts for world records. This is the biggest prize in powerlifting history.
So that's $450,000, what was it? Yeah, 450,000 UK pounds or British pounds, whatever they're called. I think the conversion is something like $600,000. That is absolutely unbelievable. We used to have that type of prize money in untested powerlifting, and then ever since probably 2019, 20, around the pandemic time, there's been an abundance of if you literally Googled it on the untested side, there's probably like 20 pro meets across the field this upcoming year, and yet the payouts are $1,000, $500, whatever. Over the course of my professional career in powerlifting, I've made, and this is 2 decades, I've made a collective $12,000.
What? What the f?
The math does not add up on that one, and it's just so much to say or so much to think about. People are very, very easy or quick to criticize folks like SBD or the IPF or Powerlifting America or whatever for monopolizing the space, for just focusing on the business, for driving up the revenue for the sake of whatever else. But when it comes to the bottom line and the brass tacks of the situation, they're the only people that are doing this. So it's really, really difficult to say anything negative. And ultimately, if people are saying stuff that is negative about this, what have you done? You know, it's the same type of rhetoric. You ain't never met a critic doing better than you, or it's very easy to have a hard target on your back when you're that far ahead of everybody else. I don't know, dude, but like, it's really hard when you take a step back to see how this is bad for the sport.
Athletes had to prove themselves at the 2025 IPF World Championships in Chemnitz, Germany. Win your weight class, total 95% of the world record. This path was taken by athletes like Anthony McNaughton, who walked out of Chemnitz with a new total world record. Sarah Naldi, who stood atop the podium following her 520 kilo performance.
So this is what's unique about the scoring system for Sheffield. If you guys don't know what this is, or if you're not familiar with this scoring system, it's really it's the first of its kind in the space, and it's literally based off of the percentage of the total record. The total is your squat, bench, and deadlift added up together. So if you are hitting your max on squat, your max on bench, and then your max on deadlift, and that surpasses the total record, you will have hit like 103%, whatever that value is. Let's say the record was 2,000 pounds, you hit 2,025 pounds. That's 100 and something percent. That is the scoring system. It's a way to equate the playing field without having to consider body weight coefficients or logarithmic functions like Dots, Wilks, or Glossbrenner, or anything that people have fought and argued over in the past. This is literally, in my opinion, it's very novel, it's very unique, and some people don't like it, but this is the truest and most pure form of sporting competition in powerlifting. And I, honestly, grandiose ideas and thoughts here, I think this would be a very unique way to bring the tested and the untested side together. What would happen if you did a Sheffield Unlimited and brought everybody on the same platform and just used the percentage of the tested all-time world record versus the percentage of the untested all-time world record? You could literally have Raw Unity Meet again. And if you know what that is, you've been in the sport too long, and you should probably apply for an AARP card.
And Amanda Lawrence, who continues to dominate the 84 kilo class. The battles at Worlds were too close to deny fans a rematch. The highest performing male and female runner-ups earn their seat at the table. The next highest performers made the roster an even 20, leaving a few spots for wildcards. Based on their performances at international competitions, these lifters were handpicked by SBD. Russell Orhe, fresh off of world records in his 93 kilo debut, hungry to prove moving up was the right call. Gustav Hedlund, no stranger to the Sheffield platform or the podium. Sunita Mulu, the first woman to squat 300 kilos in the IPF. Megan Scanlon.
That's 661 pounds for anybody that's keeping track at home. That's a drug-tested female squatting 661 pounds.
Damn!
In my heyday, when I was at my peak strength, I would have to pay attention deeply and just very, very focused to hit 661 pounds well and with good technique. That's insane. That's crazy. I love it.
A 63 kilo veteran looking to settle the score. And coming in as a reserve, Ziana Azaraya, looking to pull big at home. But forget everything you know about powerlifting competitions. Every lifter, from the 47 kilo women to the super heavyweight men, are ranked by one number at Sheffield: how much they beat the world record by. Your total, divided by the world record in your class. That's the score. At Sheffield, you're not...
Roderick, that makes sense, right? The scoring system, how like it's literally just percentage of world record. Like it's just your number versus your number divided by the record. And whether it's like 95% or 105%, that's your score, the percentages. That can make sense to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, that's why I think this is incredible. I think it's incredibly interesting. I think it's a very unique and novel way to go about it. But I think this is the future of the space, because it took me 10 seconds to explain it to Roderick. He's never competed or participated, or really probably even watched a powerlifting competition other than the ones that myself or Brianni have done. And it just makes all the sense in the world. That's how you grow the sport. You make this shit relatable. You make it easy to understand. I get 10,000 story views, and I only have 800 subscribers. Somebody comments at least once on every one of these videos. So if you're watching this, and you don't have an account, create one, subscribe. If you have an account, subscribe. I just need more subscribers so we can drive this channel higher. Please, I'm begging you. We need to grow the YouTube. I have so many people on Instagram and TikTok, and I don't understand ever why people give a shit what I have to say. But if you're watching this, you do. So please just click the little button so you can get an email or you get a notification or whatever every time I upload one of these stupid videos, because you're going to help me help the sport and do all this cool stuff and continue to help people out there. So like I want to do it, but I need your help. So please just move the cursor or like take your finger on your phone and just do a little tappy tap, because it takes zero energy. We're not AI. We're not burning through gallons of water. Just a little clicky poo. And we'll be good. So please.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the last time at City Hall, welcome to Sheffield.
All right, I had to give Ryan, that's Ryan Lapidat. He's the owner of the King of the Lifts Instagram account. He's probably been doing this stuff as long as I have. I had to give him his heyday or his showtime on my channel just to set the stage. Let's get into it though, because like I want to show you guys some of the craziest lifts that I remember happening here.
Sheffield.
Heather,
Of course, the initial Sheffield in
OG.
2020.
She is the OG 47 kilo, one of the strongest people on the planet based on relative body weight. She's broken probably as many world records, if not more, as myself and Brianni combined. And she had an incredible day. I really enjoyed watching her squat because she's incredibly technical. And it's always very, very fun to see someone who's been in this space as long as I have just doing this as well as she does it. Turbo Tiff, Tiffany Chapon, or Chapon, I don't know how to pronounce it. She's a French lifter. Again, another 47 kilo lifter coming out, like has broken a million world records, dealt with, I think, injuries this past year, and came in and just had a hell of a day. I'll skip through a lot of these, but I'm just going to like walk through some of the backgrounds on these people, because I know a lot of my channel, a lot of you guys haven't actually like followed the tested side of powerlifting, but I think the best way to grow the sport is to pay attention to both sides. Don't exclude one from the other. We're all powerlifters. We all love to lift and squat and bench and deadlift. We have a lot more in common than we do in difference, so why not focus on those things and celebrate the things that we can? Because Tiff, incredible lifter, and you guys will see exactly what I mean by that as we go through this meet. 157 kilos. That's like 350 pounds thereabouts at 47 kilos body weight. And this is a 2-hour weigh-in, so there's no water cutting, there's no water manipulation, there's nothing crazy. She's literally walking around at like 100 pounds and then just smoking that type of weight. It's literally unbelievable. See, and you hear these guys, they're already talking about loading world records, getting there. Here's Heather.
160 in the last couple of months.
Massive improvement.
Now watch this lift. This is a testament to eccentric tempo work and positional awareness.
Huge. Oh, what a battle.
Because what about that was probably like 5-7 seconds of grinding. The only way to simulate strain like that in your training is to implement all the stuff that I've talked about on camera when we were training, even for bodybuilding work. Working on positional awareness and technical competency through eccentric tempo on the way down and on the way up, along with pausing in the most lengthened positions, taking some of those bodybuilding intensity techniques and applying them in the performance context. That's exactly how you get better at this type of stuff. These lifters, they know that. This is where a lot of powerlifting periodization, powerlifting program would benefit bodybuilders and hypertrophy physique so focused athletes in translating and transferring that, because if you understand that strength and progression is a skill to be earned and learned, you're going to have a lot more opportunity to do that very thing, rather than just focusing on running your shit to failure time and time again. Powerlifters are data nerds. They're literally goobers that would be playing Dungeons and Dragons if we didn't discover barbells. I promise you. I still want to play Dungeons and Dragons.
What can
Again,
you say about
166 kilos. That's, I'm not knowing the math off the top of my head, but that's like 360, 370 pounds or something, again, at 100 pounds body weight. It's absolutely unbelievable.
318.5 kilos, a world record attempt.
So this is Sunita. Sunita Mullah. I'm probably butchering her name. I apologize if she ever watches this. She knows I'm a fan. I constantly gas her up on Instagram because you guys know me. I am the squat guy. At one time in my life, I was the pound for pound strongest squatter in the history of the world, and I'm incredibly proud of that. This, you guys will see, this is an incredibly highly technical squat on top of being highly technical, on top of being highly honed in terms of execution. It is just some of the most gritty, nasty shit that you could ever imagine. And that's why I love powerlifting and heavy squatting in general, because there is something unlike anything else, looking at a barbell with weight loaded on top of it, knowing it could literally end your life or deviate your life from exactly what you imagine it would be because of disaster, because of error, because of millimeter deviation from what you're expecting. But you're looking at that weight and you're saying, you know what? I accept all that and I'm going to do it anyway, because I believe in myself that I can beat that weight and I can stand up with this shit. And Sunita does exactly that. You heard it. She was the first woman to squat 300 kilos in IPF, so drug-tested powerlifting history. That's 661 pounds. That was her motherfucking opener today. Look at that. It's the 300 green. That means it's good. That is where she's starting. We added 18.5 kilos on top of this. I believe this surpasses her previous record. That's going up to 700 plus pounds. It's unbelievable. It's some of the most incredible, unfathomable, and just badass stuff that you can see. And this is why I won't even look, this is where I'm biased. This is my channel. I can say what I fucking want. Like Jared, I'm sorry. Mike, I'm sorry. RP, I'm sorry. Brianni, I'm sorry. Female bodybuilders, I'm sorry. Whatever. But I will always choose to recommend and preferentially send over women who are interested in strength training, physique sports, lifting weights in general. I think they should fucking try powerlifting. Because what is the most empowering thing on the planet is understanding that you as a woman, you can be just as fucking strong as a man. You can be just as badass as anybody else. And you can stand up with weight that I would have to take fucking serious. I couldn't do that today. That's crazy. I love this shit. And I think there's a lot of opportunity for women in strength sports. And if you look at it, like honestly at this meet, I was hooting, and as where I said I wish Roderick was in my living room because I was fucking screaming at the end of this. I'll show you guys quick. The girls are fucking more exciting than the dudes. Like the guys are cool. Guys are great, whatever. But like the ladies, what the fuck, man? It's crazy. It's like I start sweating because I see Sunita hit this weight, and I'm like, God damn, bro, like this is like I try to be like away from the ego as much as I can, but I'm like, whew, I gotta get to work, dude. This shit's crazy.
Can be from up and down movement of the bar, but what they're looking for is your knees locked and standing upright. So I'm sure she'll make sure of that this time.
I agree with the jury. Me and you both had said we did not see that infringement or that infraction, but
you can bet everyone's looking for it this time.
well, that's the problem. Now everybody's leaning in, paying close attention. Sunita, though, been to so many world championships. Probably not overcome.
And not frightened of the weight either. She's had this weight and more on her back so many times. It's there. Lock it out.
Looks locked to me, obviously.
It looks locked to me.
It's a little scrappy at the top, but it looks like she
No,
did. Nope.
blues again. Blues again.
So here, let's watch the replay. Pay attention to, because you guys saw that's how you signify a good lift or a bad lift in powerlifting. 3 white lights means it's unquestionable, you did it. 3 red lights means you didn't. You either failed on strength or it was so egregiously wrong due to some type of technical error that each side judge and the head judge agreed that you did not meet the standards of competition. What that means is because she had a red on the side, white in the front, red on the other side, there was some type of error that the side judges saw that they wanted to flag her for. What I think, and I do not know, I would have to freshen up my interpretation of the blue cards. I honestly, I should have reviewed it, but I'm just coming from training, so my bad, guys, but we're gonna roll with it. This was my summation or assumption of what happened. If you see where Sunita's legs are locked, she is in an extended knee position, which is solid, but she has such, I don't want to say hypermobility, but just mobility in general. Her knees do that not knock kneed, but how some women, how very, very mobile females can achieve that hypermobile or like past 90 degrees of flexion. That is what's going on here, because you can see, especially that right knee, there's sort of like backwards movement. And the thing to note is what this position looks like now versus what it looks like when she stands up all the way for the lockout.
From the front, now the front was a white light.
Now, is she leaning over too far? Because
So, round 3 begins here with 1 point.
There's a
Was
little
it-
from
So
the front,
I-
now the front was a white light.
now is she leaning over too far? Because
So, round 3 begins.
So maybe a little, I could go like a nanosecond further, but if you guys note, there seems to be some type of deviation from the start position to the end position. That is probably what the judges called with that blue highlight. That's a blue card. They'll hold up a blue card. And I think what they were signaling was her knees were not fully locked out. This is drug-tested powerlifting. This is the IPF. And the world stage beyond world's competition on Sheffield, so obviously they're going to be very, very strict on judging. Everybody expects it. One of those things where it's like, could you, like the whole rhetoric, tie goes to the runner in baseball, like, come the fuck on, guys. But at the same time, I understand holding everything to a standard, and we will see.
There's a
was
little,
it that waffle?
so, but the knees
Knees
are
are
locked,
locked.
but did the bar go up down? I didn't
So
think
commentators are
maybe
discussing,
the waffle.
commentators are
I was
discussing.
looking at the knees, I
Later
didn't see
in
the
this
bar.
flight,
I was looking at the knees and I
you
didn't see
guys
the
will
bar
hear,
reading. If the
or
bar
I'll
goes
probably
up and
just
down-
skip past it, but the jury overturns Sunita's call. At these high-level meets, there's the judges, the 3 judges around the platform, but then there's also a committee of judges sitting off to the side that can be presented evidence or argued to give them a good lift, as long as there is 1 white light, or potentially giving a bad lift if there's 1 red. But Sunita ended up getting it. So this is Heather's third.
Come the thirds. But she is telling the spotters, hey, hang tight.
This is where I disagree with her attempt selection. I don't know what her or her handler were thinking, but we saw that last squat, which is a testament to tempo work, testament to positional awareness, a testament to just being able to grind through positions. You have the opportunity to scratch. I don't know that she had more in her, but they chose to go up merely by 2.5 kilos. And we can see it didn't pay off. And that is the hard thing, because at competitions like this, or at competitions in general, you have to consider the fact how this is going to affect your fatigue management and your ability to grind through positions later on in the day. If I did that and I missed a squat like that, I may as well start drinking, because I know for a fact my back wouldn't be able to handle the rest of the day.
Tiffany Shepard, 169. Since the World Championships, she's just leveled up and been a whole different lifter. 3 times she totaled 450 and up. Can she do it officially as a 47? It would be the first time she does that. She'd be well on her way here.
Easier than a second,
wow,
but
you
was
know-
it deep?
The strength
It
is there.
was
3 white
fantastic.
lights. So with 3 white lights.
Tiff is a killer, dude. Like I watch her lift. and it's unbelievable. I hope they show a replay of this.
She's a favorite coming in. Can she pull
Maybe.
it off? Redemption for herself and France.
Forecasted in first at the moment.
No replay, but one thing that I wanted to note, and I'll maybe superimpose some of Tiff's lifting right here. A lot of people criticize her, and a bunch of, like, dare I say, f***ing idiots on the internet go in her comment section and say, oh my God, your knee valgus, your knees cave in, is going to cause you to die, or like you're going to spontaneously combust, your knees are going to explode, whatever. And while I don't disagree that knee valgus is not the most solid or repeatable or longevity-oriented position, I also have to understand that women and men are built differently. There is a larger Q angle between men and women, so women tend to have wider hips, which causes the angle of the femur to be more drastic going inwards, which causes a lot more propensity towards internal rotation coming out of the bottom position. And at the same time, the reason that I wanted them to show a front angle is because what most people would benefit more from paying attention to lifting and considering knee valgus is then considering the position of the foot. Because if the ankle pronates and caves in, followed by knee valgus, that is much, much more dangerous or less productive than it could be had the feet stayed flat and then caused tibial internal rotation, valgus of the knee, internal rotation of the femur. Tiff's feet are straight ahead and very, very close, about hip width apart. It looks like a damn conventional deadlift stance, if you understand what I mean by that. She's able to keep 3 points of contact, the ball of her foot, the lateral aspect of the palm of her foot, and the inside edge of her heel. As long as you keep those 3 points of contact, your ankle stays stacked over the foot, your knees stay directly over top of your ankle, and your hips and femurs are rotating to the proper capacity to allow you to hit competition depth while not sacrificing pelvic position or spinal position. Who gives a fuck if your knees come in? Let the girls' knees come in and mind your goddamn business. That's one of the things about strength training and strength sports. It's very easy to criticize, and there are many, many individuals on the internet. I say hello to my haters all of the time. It's fantastic. There are a lot of people that will just say things because they think and assume that that is what they know, and they know everything about everything. But the quickest people to judge, the more quick people are to judge, the more quick people are to eliminate context or eliminate nuance or eliminate personal implication or specific individual like needs or variances, the quicker they are to show how ignorant they are. And that is where I think a lot of the times female powerlifting gets a harder rap than male, because it's easier for a lot of individuals to look at women online and be like, oh, you're hypermobile, you don't look like me, you don't lift like me, therefore you must be wrong. And it's very easy to think that something is wrong, like a large arch on a bench press, or knees caving in on the squat, or a sumo deadlift with very wide hip position and very upright torso, simply because dudes can't achieve it. If I could lift like these girls, and that would get me more pounds on the platform, you may as well fucking color my nails and put a wig on me and call me Josephine, because I'd fucking be about it, dude. Most of the time, powerlifting is about movement economy and moving the most weight possible with proper position. As long as you can do that, this shit's amazing. So bravo to Tiff. If anybody says knee valgus is bad, like, maybe just think about the positional analysis and like just think with your own brain sometimes. Don't just repeat the things that you hear for the sake of being in an in-group and be like, yeah, we showed them. Yeah. I don't know.
And if she hits this,
let's just see what goes on
these
here.
other 63s can miss as well.
Oh,
Lots of
so
heart.
close.
See, you guys can see that's where if I was Kiara's coach, and obviously I'm not, and I'm not criticizing and I'm not giving advice or whatever, but there was that instance coming out of the bottom position, her hips went backwards slightly and her torso came forward. That would indicate to me there's a shifting of weight distribution through her feet. She may need to focus on somehow develop an ability to stay in her quads a little bit more, keep the pelvis more forward and underneath the weight as she's coming up. There's a lot of things that could be done for that, whether it's like using isolation-oriented movements to strengthen the quads or just positionally demanding movements like tempo squats, half repetitions, one and a half reps, whatever, or simply telling her to just focus on that more going into the next, because I don't know that is, she's an incredible deadlift. I don't know that that's a back strength issue. I think that might just be a lacking of positional tolerance, if that makes sense.
Yeah, lots of heart there.
Ooh, I want to watch this one. Also, guys, I know that I'm doing this reaction video, and I appreciate everybody who's made it this far, but I wanted to take a moment to talk about two things. One, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. The more subscribers that I get, the more I can do these, and the more I can do these, the more entertained you're going to be. It works for everybody. I love it. So, like, if you haven't subscribed, do the whole thing. Like, comment, subscribe, smash the like button, whatever else the freaking guys on the internet say. But the thing that I want to talk about really are these products. I have been working behind the scenes. There's two more, but I just brought two. I've been working behind the scenes for about a year and a half now to put my own products on market. And rather than getting another affiliate code, another discount code, another thing to throw at you guys, I actually have the AOD Collective supplements to be released. These are available for purchase on my website. Every sale is basically going to allow me to continue to create these, make better products, and continue to innovate, because this is our intra workout. This is our essential fatty acid, our omega product. This is our digestive enzyme product, and all of these formulations, they took me so freaking long, and we spent so much money getting the proper ingredients so that I can be proud of these. These are all Safe Sport and WADA guideline approved. Like, people in the tested powerlifting could take these and not have to worry. And whether you're a bodybuilder, a powerlifter, or whatever, taking these, I can promise you, is going to set you up for better success, because nobody else has done it like we have. The digestive enzyme has enzymes coming from all possible sources. The intra-workout addresses essential amino acids and hydration elements. The omega has fatty acids coming from so many different sources. It's crazy. I can't list them all. Otherwise, we're going to be spending like a million hours on this ad break. But I just appreciate you guys. If you've been here, if you've turned into the channel, if you're subscribing, and if you want to check out those products, I can't thank you enough. Because speaking of all of that, I recently made the announcement we're sponsoring some youth competitions coming up, and I really, really want to start giving back to the community. And one way to definitely do that is drive these up and just reinvest. So I really hope for everybody that's been along for the ride thus far since I started this whole thing in 2007, I hope that you guys are happy and proud, because I'm freaking proud to be here. And I'm really excited for the future. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting. And we'll always be here, man. We'll keep it moving. I'm a huge fan of Alba. Alba Bostrom, from Sweden. But again, a testament to being able to grind through positions.
Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh! Can you believe that fight by Alba Bostrom? Whoa!
Incredible. Like, one. Again, we're gonna talk about it again. Like, how could you say this is bad for powerlifting? Look at the fucking crowd. Look at the look on her face. Look at everything. What is bad? What's bad here? The IPF doesn't care about its lifters. I get that there's issues with Article 14. There's issues with the political landscape of powerlifting. There's issues with the rule enforcement. There's issues with favoritism. There's issues with all of that stuff. But I just have to think that in spite of all of those issues, you give individuals opportunities to experience moments like that and get on a platform like this. It's worth it to try to make this stuff good, to invest your time in this, to invest your energy in this and make it frickin' happen. And then also Alba Bostrom, I don't even know if she speaks English, but like fucking incredible, bro. Like that was nuts. She hit a sticking point, and in powerlifting, as long as the barbell does not go down, as long as it's coming up or stays in one spot the entire time, you will still be given white lights. She is the perfect example of being able to trust her positioning, trust her strength, and grind through those positions. I don't know her coach. I don't know her training, but I wouldn't be surprised if she spent a lot of time in tempo work, paused work, positional resiliency work, whatever, because it was very, very apparent that she is okay with staying in, lifting through that strain, pain, fear, whatever, and just grinding through those positions no matter what that felt like. That lift right there was one of my favorites out of this whole competition. Carlina is another dog. This chick is crazy. Like I'm telling you, I can't spend the meet is 5 hours long. I can't watch the whole thing. But I just got, I thought she got that. I forgot. But she smoked 231.5, which is still like a 563, 570 pound squat at 75 kilos body weight. That's impressive for guys, dude. That's just strong. It's not like strong for a girl or strong for a female. It's just fucking incredible, bro. Like this shit is wild. And I know the previous reaction video we were watching, or I put out, is like me kind of joking and me whatever. But this is literally me just talking about how much I fucking love powerlifting, dude. This is awesome. I love watching this stuff. I want more people to participate. I want more people to see it and just consider how amazing this is, because my father-in-law does it. I coach women in their 60s. I coach kids who are not even 18 years old yet. I just invested. I'm the AOD. I got that. We'll touch on these later, but I'm sponsoring 4 kids to get on the platform at the AOD Collective Strengthomania 2 in Florida. Like this sport carries with it so much potential to positively impact people, and it's like if you think about that image from the old Grinch movie where it's like, and his heart grew 3 times that size. Like every time I watch cool stuff like this, I literally feel my heart swell with how amazing it is. She's another dog, another goat, been doing this for goddamn ever.
That looks good.
That's fantastic.
And this is
560 pounds, 180 pound girl, just dunking it. It's like I remember being in college weighing 180 pounds and hitting 560 pounds and being like, I'm the fucking shit, bro. It's like, this stuff is crazy. Brittany Schlater coming up. I'm going to fucking talk about her later, because she may or may not be the reason that I was losing my freaking mind in the living room watching this. She is the Canadian goat of female powerlifting. I don't know if that's accurate, or I don't know if anybody will agree with me, but it's like I love watching this chick because, again, 300 kilos as a fucking woman, man. Like woman, dude, comma, dude, whatever. Like she is a badass. I can't believe that there are drug-tested females doing this stuff in this day and age. It's like I can, but it's just some of the most unfathomable and incredible stuff I've ever seen. And Brittany is like, I think it's Bertleby on Instagram. She's like one of the nicest people that I've ever seen, and just works so fucking hard. It's amazing to see people have moments like this and just revel in the opportunity to be like, hey, this could beat me, but I'm going to do everything I can to prevent that and dunk something like 300 kilos. Just, dude.
You're right, she needs a 7.5 kilos.
God.
No red lights this time.
And look at that. Like tears in her eyes, hugging her coach Bryce, her friend. I don't know if he coaches her, but it's just like, that's why, and look, lots of tangents here, so bear with me. But that's why I got all the respect in the world for bodybuilding. I got all the respect in the world for physique-based sports. The process is incredibly difficult. when I got on stage, and this isn't hate towards anybody, this was my experience. When I got on stage, people were like, "Oh, are you nervous? Are you like scared? What are you feeling?" And frankly, and I don't know if I've said this in media before, but getting on stage was one of the biggest letdowns I've felt in the whole process, because it felt like so unnecessary and just not what I was expecting, because all of my previous experiences as an athlete were football in high school, wrestling in high school, the state championships in high school, collegiate wrestling, powerlifting as an amateur, powerlifting as a professional, powerlifting as the best in the world. Every single one of those was about performance and making something happen in that moment. And then even with wrestling and powerlifting, it was me making it happen in those moments. It's you making it happen in those moments. You have to step up and do the thing right then and there. And you may not have the best genetics. You may not have the best training. You may not have the best circumstance going into it. But if you have that dog in you, and if you say, "Fuck you, I'm going to get this, it's mine," you can absolutely go out and make that happen. Bodybuilding, yeah, you might pose harder than somebody else. You might dig into a side chest harder than somebody else. But most of it's been decided through the preparation. It's just different. And again, I coach Olympians, I coach bodybuilders. I want more of my clients to get on the physique stage, to experience it and understand, like, if they love it, whatever, because the only way to know is to try. But it's just so different, and I am just so much more oriented towards performance and excellence in the moment. And it's just seeing this. I watch this competition, and I know you guys can tell I'm excited. I just feel so drawn to this. I can't stay away, whether it's me on the platform or sponsoring a competition or spotting and loading or judging or just being a part of it. It's like, this is it, man. It's the thing for me. So I just love it. I know Sunita goes and misses this. So now we're into the men. This is the first flight of men. I'm going to do squats. I'll do deadlifts, benches, kind of like I'm just like benches. I don't want to say bench is boring, but like there wasn't a lot of crazy bench stuff happening at this meet. But you hear that. Ryan, my homie. I love Ryan. I went on his podcast like years ago, and it's like I gave my origin story and was talking about drive-bys at the high school next to me and stuff like that. It's like I love that story. I love Ryan. He's saying it. He's talking about it, the pound for pound king, because Austin Perkins, 74 kilos. That's 163 pounds, I think. Opening up with a 305-pound squat, that's 672 pounds. I've opened with that at 220. That's crazy. This dude goes on to do some of the craziest stuff that I've ever seen, and I just want you guys to watch and wrap your head around how strong this dude is. 672 pounds.
Wow. Sometimes you just have to laugh. That was so easy.
Blink and you miss it. Holsters.
What? Like, that's his wife also, so it's like he and his girl, like they work together well, and it's like I love stuff like that, because like me and Bree were at the Abs Pro when she won it, like we were just dancing around, like doing handshakes and jumping around watching that stuff too. So it's always fun. So Russ is hitting 325 kilos here. There's 771 pounds, I think. And it's, again, this is stuff that I'll open with. I've hit 771 as an opener in a powerlifting competition. Let's say if I was presented with one of the testing cups at a competition like this, the bottom would melt. These guys are natural. They're tested. They don't have to worry about that stuff. Mine would be like radioactive by comparison. And it's just incredible to see. Keenan Lee, 335 kilos. That's 700. Wait, no, 320. 325, I think is 750. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't know how to do kilo math without something on my phone. I'm too distracted. I'm talking too much. It doesn't matter. It's just fucking strong, dude.
This is interesting. And Keenan,
Let's just see Keenan squat this. Let's just see Keenan squat this, and then I got to skip ahead because I'm running out of bandwidth, and I'm sure you guys have seen all these highlights thus far. But it's just incredible lifting, man. Like it's some of the coolest stuff, and I know that a lot of people were watching this competition. I think the live stream had 7,700, like 7,700 people in it at some point. But regardless, it's like there's so many eyes on this, and it's all deserved. It's just incredible to watch, man. So let's. Okay, so I wanted to get to this. This is 341 kg. So let's take a moment, because I'm a stupid American who works in freedom units. This is 751 pounds at 163 pounds body weight. This is over 4 times body weight. What? Dude? Come on. Like, my pound for pound GOAT status was at like 3.9 times body weight. This dude is like 4.4 times his own body weight right now, and he moves it like that. He probably could have doubled it. It's like, you cannot make the argument to me that Austin Perkins is not the GOAT of the squat. I don't care if it's like relative strength. There's like, yes, there's guys squatting 1,000 pounds. Yes, absolute strength is incredible compared to relative, whatever. And they're two different animals. It's like comparing apples to oranges. But when we talk about just proficiency in general, dog, hats off to the 74 kg. My God, man, it's unbelievable, bro. Like, And again, it's like just so much conversation to be had, because there's so many people on the untested side that like shit on IPF or drug tested powerlifting, and they're like, oh, they're nerds, oh, they're dorky, and they lift with their chains in their mouth and do all this hooting and hollering, and everybody just gets SPD and blah blah blah. And it's like, why are they fucking stronger than you, bro? Huh? Why, like, you're literally trying to bully other adults because you just don't like what they're doing. Take a step back, get your foot out of your own fucking ass, and think for yourself for a second. Like, damn, dude, it's crazy. I'm gonna cuss too much and get this thing flagged if I keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Roderick. Like I said, I'm skipping bench. So Ziana, she would be the first 84 kilo drug tested female to pull 272.5 kilos, which is, for all our viewers watching at home, what am I doing? Yeah. That's you just heard it. It's over 600 pounds. Brianni hit 611, I think, on a stiff bar at the Abs Pro. And it's just unbelievable that these tested women are doing this. It's crazy. Like, I don't feel as though enough people are freaking out about it. Because, yes, look, she misses on grip. I don't give a fuck, dude. That's crazy. Why have I not seen as many posts about this as I would expect? Why are people not talking about this? It's literally unbelievable. It's unfathomable. We are in the golden age of powerlifting and strength sports and just performance in general, and everybody is just too busy fucking fighting and yelling at one another and being like, that's fucking gay. I don't like that. Shut the fuck up. It's incredible. Come on. This. Because look. Everybody remembers, and if you don't remember, you haven't been following or paying attention. But I remember at the American Pro 2, when I was handling Brianni, I was handling Hunter, I was handling Justin Zottel and Patrick McGuire. It was incredible. I had 2 people squat over 1,000 pounds in one meet. I had 1 girl squat over 600 pounds and bench 350. I can't remember what Hunter hit, but it's just something crazy. And I had Brianni breaking the all-time female deadlift record across the history of the sport against two other women who had a legitimate chance to break the all-time record. This is Sam Rice and Denise Herber. They're both incredible lifters. Sam broke the record. Brianni broke it right after. It was one of the most unbelievable moments in strength sports history. It's the highlight of my career as a power lifter, and I wasn't even lifting. That was crazy. And then I look at this, and then I'm like, wait a fucking minute. 295.5. How much is that? Oh, let's do some math again. Because, again, Brittany Schlater, Bertleby, the hometown favorite of Canada, I don't know where she's from, but everybody back riding a moose, drinking maple syrup, we're like, hey there, that's our favorite gal, you know. I can't do the accent. It doesn't matter. But that's probably 2 videos in a row with accents for some reason, Roderick. I don't know why. But okay, back to topic. 295.5 kg. That's 651 pounds. That is more than what Brianni hit to break the all-time world record back in 2023. What the fuck is going on in strength sports, bro? These are tested women. These are chicks that are just walking in being like, la-di-da-di-da, I'm gonna put down my fucking pedicure set and pick up this barbell and fuck all you motherfuckers up. This is incredible. I literally, when I was watching this at home, I was like, wait a minute. And I run over to the freaking couch and I freaking vault it. And I'm like, Bree, what the fuck is going on? This reminds me of the American Pro 2, where it was just record, broken, back to back. Like, this girl hits this, that girl hits that girl hits that, again and again and again. And like, this again is why I just can't get away from powerlifting, bro. Where can you replicate this? This is sports. And again, I apologize to all my bodybuilding friends. Bodybuilding is one of the hardest things to do, but at the bottom line, it's not a fucking sport, dog. There's no competition on the day of. It's been decided thus far by who your mom and dad decided to and produce, and then your work ethic and the drugs everywhere else. This, Brittany is like, put that shit on the bar. If I pull it, I fucking win. And she takes a crack at it, and I know she's never hit this before.
Oh!
And she misses on grip, but god damn it, dude. That's the shit that sets my fucking soul on fire, and it's why I love this sport so much. And I love the fact that there's more women competing than there ever have been. There's more men involved. There's more people in general, but the women outweigh them. Not outweigh. There's like more in comparison to men now, and it's just like I just. Oh my God, it's just the greatest thing. It's the greatest thing, dude. And I know I sound like if you're not a power lifter, you're just like, it's just lifting weights, bro. And it's like, it's to you, man. Like, oh God, I just like, unless you understand that feeling of being like, I'm gonna, like, that delusional self-belief of like, I know that I shouldn't be able to do that. I didn't even factor this into my training, but it's the thing I need to win. And you can be goddamn sure I'm gonna take a crack at it. To have the nuts to do that and take a swing at it, that it's sports, man. Oh, God, I want to commentate one of these meets. I fucking love this shit, bro. It's just fun. It's crazy. Before this. Yeah. So, look. And I'm going to preface this by saying I've spoken to Keenan. I love Keenan. He's a nice guy. He's great. I am not hating on anybody. But this is where that I, like, while, yes, this is the future of the sport, there is still a lot of things that can be rectified and improved, because if we have video replay in football and UFC and baseball and basketball and all of those things, why do we not have video replay in one of the most simplest iterations of sporting event? We are literally moving a barbell up and down. Put a camera on it, take 10 seconds after the competition to look at it and be like, hey, judges, you maybe made an error here. It doesn't mean that we hate the guy, but when we're talking about money and winning cash, because you see, if successful, he goes from 7th place to 5th place, that's taking money out of another guy's pocket. And I just think there's a lot of opportunity for a bit more common sense to be attributed to a lot of approaches when it comes to sports like this. But that's neither here nor there. I do not own this federation. I don't own a federation in general. I don't host meets yet, but I think there's still room for improvement because you guys can see when Keenan goes up for this, I'm going to pause it at the top and we're going to do a little quick analysis. Because it's strong as hell. Don't get me wrong, 382.5. That's, I don't know, like 840 pounds.
Oh, my
grind.
goodness.
Beautiful. Crazy. Oh, my goodness. Right, and then
McNaughton, does he actually pull off the up?
I don't know, bro. Like, because rulebook definition of a locked out deadlift is knees fully extended, standing upright, and demonstrating control over the bar. That right knee is very suspiciously bent. That left knee, you can't visually see it in this angle, but based on where that right knee is and based on how forward that quad angle is towards the camera, you have to think that that's a little bent as well. Shoulders look like they're rolled forward. Chest looks closed, that closed thorax position as opposed to open thorax position. And it's just a really rough call because, like, if I was him, I'd be thanking the judges and being like, "Thanks, guys, thanks for the gift." But it's just, it's a rough one to end the competition on because
Doesn't quite look knocked out.
No, it doesn't.
you hear the commentators and he gets 3 whites and it's like,
3 whites, it can't be contested. He just pulled a massive upset himself.
That's incredible.
like,
Who had Keenan Lee beating?
it's hard, bro. It's a hard one, and congrats to Keenan because goddamn, that's awesome. But like, you just hate. There's been controversy around that, and rightly so. There's been controversy around that. People have been talking about it. People have been shit talking it. It's like it's a lot undeservedly so because there's a lot of people that are just like, what do you suggest? What are you gonna do? But I think it's just another opportunity to have a conversation about what it means to enforce the standard and why, honestly, I believe that relying on human error is unnecessary at this point. Like, I'm not saying judges shouldn't exist, but I do think about how easy it would be. I have a very, very nice camera here. There's another nice camera there. There's a lot of tripods everywhere. There's a lot of lighting everywhere. I know engineers that use software to measure angles. And if the entire prospect of judging is based on the angle of joints of the skeleton, why could we not use some type of working system coordinating cameras and angles, maybe a laser, maybe a I can't remember, gyroscope? No, I can't remember the word for it, but regardless, we have the technology available. We obviously are beginning to have the finances to move the needle as demonstrated by SPD, as demonstrated by the payouts that they're doing. Maybe not on the untested side, but I do hope with this type of novel record keeping or scoring system, they continue to seek out innovation and continue to seek out unique ways to push the needle forward and advance the sport. Because if they did incorporate something like that, I do think that it would become even more spectator friendly, because then you'd even, hey, remove the need for judges. You could put more cameras out there and have cooler angles. I don't know. I don't make the rules, but just something to think about. But that is Sheffield. I just wanted to talk about that because obviously, you guys, I'm sweating through my freaking pants and shirt because I'm under the lights and I'm just fired up. I love powerlifting, bro. I loved watching that. If you're a fan of powerlifting, whether you're on the tested or the untested side, you cannot tell me that watching that competition was a bad idea or there was much bad about it. There's obviously things to be improved, as is the case with anything. There's blown plays in football every weekend. There's blown calls in the UFC, or arguably so. People talk about judging, refereeing, and standardized enforcement of rules since the dawn of time when sports existed. But this is some of the, as someone who started powerlifting in 2007 when raw powerlifting wasn't even available across the board, this is one of the most amazing things to see, and I am thrilled to watch it. I'm thrilled to see the success of SBD. And Pete, if you're watching this video, shout out for just being a homie for all those years. And it's incredible, man. Like, it truly warms my heart. And being away from powerlifting for like 3 years, I miss it, man. I miss those moments. I see the tears in the eyes of the athletes. I see the shared joys, the shared failures, the shared opportunities to improve time and time again. And like I said earlier, powerlifting and powerlifters, it's simply folks that love MMORPGs and level-based systems that fell in love with a barbell and just progress that way, because it's 5x5 with the bar, over and over again, adding a little more, adding a little more, adding a little more, and directly resultant of the effort that you put in is the growth that you get out. There are very rare, it's rare and far between finding things that have a direct relationship of how much effort you put in is what you get out of it. And finding something like powerlifting, strength training, pursuit of something greater in the gym in general, if you find something like that, strongly encourage you to hold on to it tight, because it's something to celebrate for the rest of your life. And that's exactly why I will get back on the platform this year. Whether it's a big show or a little one, I just can't stay away, because this is where I started and this is where I'll finish. I want to be one of the 60-year-olds, the 70-year-olds still showing up and making it happen, because we all know, if you've seen powerlifting competitions, those are the guys that are the real heroes and the real role models. Because one day you're gonna, and this is getting a little philosophical and a little introspective, but you guys know I always do that. One day you are gonna walk out of the gym after hitting a squat PR, a bench PR, a deadlift PR, a rep PR, getting a new vein, getting as lean as you have, having that one awesome showing. You're going to do something that you've never done before. Walk out of the gym, walk out of the event, walk out of the show, and you won't even realize that that'll be the last time that you ever do that. You don't know when the end is. I don't know if I've hit my last all-time world record. I very well might have, but that doesn't mean that I should stop trying and putting my all into the things that I love. That's where we'll end it, because I think there's a testament to be said about all these athletes, all the people that keep showing up, all the people that keep putting themselves into places and opportunities where they can get better, even if getting better doesn't mean being the best or being their best. It means giving their best on that day. And that's the secret to being happy. That's the secret to success. And that's exactly how I stumbled my way into being able to do stuff like this and sponsoring kids to get on the platform, because it saved my life when I was a teenager. I'd be dead or in prison if I didn't have this sport. And if I can give that back to a single person out there, I can die happy. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you watching this one. It was really fun. Even if I don't get a lot of views on this, I still have a great time watching this stuff. I don't even give a fuck, man. But please head to the website, theaodcollective.com, buy the supplements. I dropped so much money into that shit, and I hope you guys are proud of it. I swear, I put my whole ass into that stuff. So I really, not actually, it tastes better than that, but I hope you guys love it. I hope you guys support it. If you haven't, please subscribe. Hit up myself or Brianni on Instagram. Check us out. Hit me up if you have any questions. I'm chronically online like every other professional in this space. Appreciate you guys watching. And if you think about it, go sign up for a powerlifting meet. Go sign up for a powerlifting competition. There is no such thing as being strong enough to do this. My father-in-law does it. I've seen 90-year-olds do it. I did it as a 14-year-old. It changed my life. It can change yours too. And if you need something to throw yourself into, this is a great place to start. And I think powerlifting and strength training and just getting better in this context is literally for everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you at the next one.